Coaching with Tally. We're in a series all about increasing abundance in your life. Today, talking about the power of gratitude. When was the last time you took an intentional few minutes to be really grateful for someone in your life, for the gifts that are in your life, for the blessings that you have? There's something so incredibly powerful about flooding yourself with gratitude. So we're talking about this for a couple of reasons. So this morning for me, I was just having a really powerful experience with it. So I was like, this would be a really good thing to talk about today in regard to abundance. And I was also reading recently about a study done around gratitude, specifically with people who are struggling with mental health. So we're going to talk about that study today. I'm going to give you an activation, something that you can do today that's going to increase abundance in your life. My name is Tally. I am a life and personal development coach, and I work with leaders to create lives of overflowing impact in the world, centered in a place of joy, all about getting you aligned to who it is you most truly are, get you firing on all cylinders, looking at every area of life and leaning in and increasing and having growth in every one of those areas, and get you into a place where you have created a life that you absolutely love being in, living, and then the overflow that you have out of that place when you're aligned to who you are, when you're firing on all cylinders, when you've created a life that you love. The natural impact of that is just overflow into the world. The people that you touch, the lives that you encounter, they all get to benefit from you being in that place. Happy Sunday, everybody. So today, talking about gratitude, I want to tell you, well, let's go into the definition of gratitude. We kind of have an idea of what it is, but it's gratitude is the expression of appreciation for what someone has. The expression of appreciation for what you have. A recognition of value, independent of monetary worth, spontaneously generated from within. It's an affirmation of goodness and warmth. So that's a beautiful definition, huh? So it's a really, really powerful tool that's completely free, accessible at any moment. You don't have to have anything to be able to do it. Just getting yourself focused in a place of gratitude. Gratitude and anger, gratitude and frustration, gratitude and depression cannot exist in the same space. When your brain is focused on what you're grateful for, what you are feeling blessed by, what you are feeling really deeply thankful about in your life, it can't also be irritated and frustrated and depressed or any of the things that can feel like disempowering emotions. When you are in gratitude, there is joy that comes up. So this morning I was just feeling flooded with gratitude is the way that I was writing about it. I was just like praying, writing in my journal, writing a letter just about like, man, I just love how connected I feel to you. And I was talking to God. So whatever your experience of God is, if it is the great creator, source of love, spirit, whatever it is for you, getting in that place of connection, I was just being flooded by, man, I'm so grateful for how unconditionally loved I feel by you. Like that it doesn't matter what place I'm in, what's going on with me, if I'm off or feeling frustrated, like I can be in any place and feel really completely loved. So it's just writing thankfulness for that, thankfulness for the job that I get to have, the kids that I get to be in connection with. I was just feeling really grateful for so many things in my life. Thankful for this weekend and some of the beautiful things I've been able to do this weekend. Just feeling grateful. But whatever it is for you, there are so many things in your life. Whatever is going on in your life, in my darkest, like most challenging moments, this is one of the tools I would go to a lot. When everything was just like, oh my gosh, I feel so out of control right now. I feel so hurt right now. I feel so overwhelmed right now. If I could get myself, even if it's just for a moment, into a place of gratitude, you know what? This car that is broken down on the side of the road again, I have a car, so that's something to be grateful for. Even if I have to get it fixed again. Whatever those moments when you're just like, there is something in that moment to be grateful for. So when you can focus your attention on what you are grateful for, it at least in that moment centers you, and it really does support in getting you into more happiness. So let me tell you about that study that I was mentioning a minute ago. So there was a study, and this was interesting. They were like, okay, we have lots of studies on gratitude out here. There are a lot of amazing studies on gratitude that have been done, but they were like, okay, are those all being done by people who are like generally happy anyway? Like, let's do a study with 300 people who are seeking mental health counseling with issues that were related to anxiety or depression. They were like, let's do a gratitude study just with that group and see if it comes out similarly to the way a lot of other gratitude studies happen to go. So randomly assigned 3 groups. They put one group of these counselees, and they basically were like, we're going to do nothing specific with these guys. We're just going to do normal counseling with them. Another group, they said, we want you to write once a week about your deepest feelings around like a negative memory that you have. So they wrote about that once a week. And the third group, they put into a group saying, we want you to write a letter of gratitude to someone, just someone in your life, and you don't have to send it. In fact, only 28% of them sent it. But just write what it is you're grateful for in regard to that person. So 3 groups, nothing deep, negative, like experience, writing about just their deep feelings about that. And the third one was gratitude towards someone, write a letter to that person. So as you can imagine, the group that was writing gratitude was the one that they were having the biggest breakthroughs. They were having the biggest shift in their mental health. And what's really fascinating about that is often they were seeing in most of them, it was at between week 4 and 12 that they really started to see massive difference in regard to their mental health. And that's after they stopped writing the letters. It was just, the letter writing was just 3 weeks in a row. So they wrote letters for 3 weeks, and it wasn't until week 4 through 12 that they saw the greatest shift in the mental health. So fascinating how long lasting that goes. And then they did, with those same students, they put them in an fMRI to look at the differences in their brain. The group that did the gratitude, just writing a letter for 3 weeks in a row, that's all they did, was write a letter of gratitude for 3 weeks in a row. That group was far more, their frontal lobe was way more engaged. So when they were all 300 of them were under the fMRI, and when they were asked questions about gratitude, when they were asked questions about someone being giving to them and them giving, there was like another study, I'm not going to get into it too much, but the study was way, way, way higher on the group that wrote letters for 3 weeks. Their ability to feel and be connected to, especially the activity in their frontal lobe, to feeling grateful for somebody being giving to them, and then them being benevolent and giving out. And the activity in the brain was way higher in the group that practiced gratitude even just 3 times. I think it's so fascinating. So interesting that gratitude makes a difference while you're doing it, but it has a long-standing effect for weeks and weeks and weeks afterwards. So that's fascinating. Gratitude unshackles us from toxic emotions. So a lot of times when we are just like, we are locked in to a negative emotion, we're locked in, we're feeling chained to negative, toxic emotions, gratitude can be the thing that can snap us out of it, can unshackle us from that, it can give us some freedom around that. So that's super powerful. And we kind of talked about the long-lasting compounding effect. Let's talk about a few of the benefits of being in gratitude. So increased happiness and just positive mood, it contributes to that. More satisfaction with life in general. Less materialistic, I thought was a fascinating one. Less likely to experience burnout. That's a big, big one that I use with a lot of my clients. I don't know if I introduced myself. By the way, I'm Tally. I'm a life and personal development coach. I did introduce myself. I told you about that. So with private clients, a lot less burnout when you're practicing gratitude regularly. I work with a lot of high achievers and leaders, so burnout is a real thing, a real part of why I do what I do, to prevent burnout. You're in better physical health. I think is super fascinating. Better physical, why is that hard for me to say? Better physical health when you practice gratitude. Isn't that interesting? So it actually is good for your immune system, all kinds of things. Better sleep, less fatigue, lower levels of cellular inflammation. How fascinating is that? When you practice gratitude, you actually help your cells have less inflammation. Inflammation is being linked to all kinds of disease. So less cellular inflammation is actually really big. More resiliency. You have greater resiliency to just challenges in life when you practice gratitude regularly. And encouraging the development of patience, humility, and wisdom when you're practicing gratitude. So, oh my gosh, the ability to have all of those things in your life just from practicing gratitude that is free, can happen in a moment's time. Huge, 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 huge. So I'm going to give you two options for a activation around this. So one is using what they did in the study, which is writing a letter of gratitude to someone in your life this week, preferably today, because you're more likely to do it if you just jump in and do it today. So that's the one thing. The other thing is to begin, and you can do both, begin implementing a practice of gratitude every single morning. So I don't know if you have a morning routine yet or not. You probably have some kind of morning routine. Something that is the same every day, even if it's small, even if it's not like super intentional yet. But developing a morning routine is huge. And I would say wherever you are in that process of having a morning routine, adding gratitude to the mix is a beautiful, beautiful way to start your day. For all of those reasons we just talked about, greater resiliency, cellular inflammation is decreased, you have more patience, humility, and wisdom, less fatigue, better sleep, better physical health, less likely to experience burnout, less materialistic, more satisfaction with life, greater happiness, and a more positive mood. Oh my gosh, if that's not a list of compelling reasons to practice gratitude, I don't know what it is. So getting gratitude worked into your life. What is one thing that you do every single day that while you're doing it, you can practice gratitude? Is it like making coffee every day? Is it brushing your teeth every morning? Do you make your bed every day? Do you always get up and get in the car? I don't know. What is something that you do every day? It could just be getting out of bed. Add gratitude to that, where you just out loud say, I'm really grateful for, and just name 5 to 10 things that you're just grateful for in that moment, that day. It will have incredible benefits for you, for the people around you, for the people that you impact in your life, for the people that you love, the people that you work with, for your body, for your mental state, for all of those reasons. If you can begin to work in gratitude every day into your life, huge benefits. So work in a morning routine and or write a letter to someone and just communicate why you're grateful for them. Sending you lots of love today. Blessings, everybody.